Welcome to the Something Ain't Right podcast. This is Kevin.
This is Logan.
Freddie G.
We're three guys who are just being dudes, and Wikipedia is our dictionary. We're glad you could be a part of our first episode. Now let's get it rolling. So we just want to start off today's episode by, introducing ourselves, getting all the listeners acquainted to who we are as people, and then we'll get into the good stuff of the podcast. So I just want to start off with, I'm Kevin. I'm from New Jersey. I moved to Florida 3 years ago. I absolutely love it down here. I'm excited to start this podcasting journey. I've been trying to, start a podcast for about a year now. The whole purpose is just really have friends, enjoy company, and for the world to be a part of it. We want to serve as like a little lighthearted, funny podcast where the viewers at home learn to love us. And we hope you join us on our journey to be a household podcast. So that's about me.
Awesome, Kev. All right, my name's Logan. I'm also excited to be here. I think this is a cool journey, something that, Kevin brought to me probably a little less than a month ago, and I had mixed feelings about it. Didn't know if I could make the time, but I'm down to just dive in and just commit to it because it's something that, we can have fun with. Just a little bit about me. I'm from Jersey, born and raised, 24, still living with my parents here, got a girlfriend. Just got out of college last year. I work a shit ton, like to play soccer, play golf, have fun on the weekends. I'm a snowboarder. I'm a sports fanatic. Not really, but, I like to watch as much as I can. But yeah, like I said, I'm hoping that this whole podcast thing, we could take it the distance because it's got me excited. So
Just
I'll
have
pass it
fun
to
along
Fred.
the journey, baby.
Yeah, bro. Go ahead, Fred.
What's up, guys? It's Freddie G. Best looking out of the three, simple shit. Nothing too crazy.
Typical Fred.
So from Jersey, I've known Kev for years and years. This is something me and Kev talked about, I think in like 2020. It was just a random conversation. But by then Kev already moved to Florida and, shit was like, whatever. And then next thing you know, a couple of weeks ago, he brought this back up to my attention. But a little bit about me. My job, I'm currently a United States Marine. I'm a sergeant in the Marine Corps. Been in the Marine Corps for 7 years. It's pretty cool. I live in Texas now. Fuck the Cowboys, but we got to do what we got to do, right? Go
Damn
Birds.
Right. Damn right.
But I'm really appreciative of this opportunity, and this is just a forum for we could just kick it and just talk shit about whatever's going on. So, Kev, what you got going on for us?
So I wanted to start today's episode just with something easy, simple, lighthearted. Maybe people can get to learn a little bit about us other than just our introductions. So I want to start with some would you rathers. So I wanted to ask you guys if you could have the opportunity to golf with Tiger Woods at your local course or golf at Augusta one time by yourself, or your foursome of people in your actual life, so family or friends. Would you rather golf with Tiger at your local municipal course, or would you rather go to Augusta with your friends and family?
I'm taking this first. I'm going straight to Pennsauken Country Club, and I'm teeing off with Tiger Woods at 6 a.m. on a Sunday.
I'm gonna tell you this right now. Fuck Tiger Woods. We're going Augusta. Fuck Tiger Woods, okay, bro. In Augusta, Georgia, big dog. What is it like? You're talking about $250,000 in country club fee, and so it's only an invite only. Shit, I'm golfing in Augusta. I don't care if I shoot 110.
So this one is the most tough to me because Tiger's one of my legends and he's one of my goats. But like Freddie said, we're talking about Augusta here. We're talking about the most pristine course you could probably ever imagine. I mean, it doesn't even matter if you're a celebrity or if you have a bunch of money, you could still be rejected. It's a course not everybody gets to play.
Honestly, based on that course, I might shoot par just how good the course is. Like that's how great the course is.
That's how I feel about playing with Tiger. I might set the course record that day.
But the amount of knowledge that you could learn from Tiger.
Yeah. It's a tough would you rather, bro.
Doesn't Augusta give you a caddy too?
I'm just a Tiger fan, so if anything, would you rather Tiger this, Tiger that? It's Tiger every time for me.
I think as well, I would also, gun to my head, I think I would pick Tiger, but that is an extremely tough choice for me.
Yeah, it's a tough one.
That's the guy holding the gun to my head is screaming I'm about to pull the trigger because I just don't know what to choose.
I mean, shit, man. You're talking about, like, I get it. Tiger Woods is a GOAT. He has, like, what, damn near won every goddamn major since I've been alive and shit. But you're talking about Augusta,
He's
Georgia,
a
right?
goat.
Right. You're talking about Augusta, Georgia.
Yeah,
Only
that's
the best of the
place
best
is like
play.
yeah, thing's picture perfect.
And you're telling me I'm not gonna run into like a Rory or Tiger himself. He might even be there.
No,
right?
no, you wouldn't. You would run into like Rothschilds.
I don't think one blade of
Rothschilds
grass
and Kennedys is what you'd run into.
Not one blade of grass is messed up at that place, man.
Yeah, no,
Like,
it's actually
pristine.
crazy. And all the flowers they have at that course are imported every year for the Masters. Like, and they're literally planted
That's
fresh just
amazing.
for the tournament. The amount of work they put in at that place is crazy, which is why it's so tough. And I wouldn't want to know which one I would rather do. But I think at the end of the day, I'm going with Tiger at the local course. What you got, Logan?
Yeah, I can't be.
I like that. All right, I'm gonna switch up the pace here. I'm gonna take a would you rather be able to piss out any liquid possible. I'm talking
Fuck.
you could piss out Gatorade, vodka, whiskey at any
All right.
moment,
All
or be
right.
able to shit out any food whenever you want. And I'm talking you could shit out a burger, filet mignon, fries,
This is a hell of a
however you
question.
want. Yeah.
Is this like for anyone to consume, or this is just for you? Because I ain't eating shit coming out your ass.
I was bullshit with my buddy about it, and he's like, you should start your own bar. If you do the piss one, you could literally stand on the bar and be like, all right, everybody, I got Bud Light on tap tonight. Like,
That's pretty smart, dude. That's pretty smart. Not
First
gonna
off,
lie, that's a
whatever
A1 idea.
man is drinking Bud Light on tap from your dick, gotta go. They gotta go.
That man drives a Chevy.
Because at least with it coming from your ass, right? People won't know it's coming from your ass because you're gonna take a shit right on the bar.
well, right, the bar's out front. At least when you're doing the filet mignon out your ass, you're in the kitchen,
Right,
in the back, and it's
Yeah,
coming out
they're
the
not
plate.
gonna know.
I will say whichever one I would go with, I would never use, right? Like I would never eat food that I just shit out. And
mean,
I wouldn't want to, no matter how good it tasted, I wouldn't want to drink something I just watched myself piss out. But I would probably go with the piss just in case in the event I'm like stranded in the woods or something. You need liquid more than you need food. You can find berries, you can find leaves to eat. So just off pure survival, I think I'd take the piss one, but that doesn't mean I'd be on my couch pissing Gatorade into a cup so I can have a Gatorade. Like, you know what I mean?
You got the longest straw in the goddamn world with a fucking Gatorade bottle just attached to your nuts. And every time you got to piss, ooh, I got something to drink.
Just one of those squiggly straws.
This one's funny as shit. I think I like the shit one because like I'm a candy guy. Sometimes I'll be like, damn, I could really use a sweet like
Motherfucker
Skittles.
shitting Skittles.
Shit out a couple Skittles.
That's not, yeah.
I don't know how I would feel about me shitting Skittles, but I mean, I guess so.
Hey, taste the rainbow, Freddie. Taste the rainbow.
If that's what you want to do, but I wouldn't rather do any of those. Just for
All
me.
right, Fred.
Right?
What you got for us, Fred?
All right. So enough about the shit and the piss, right? So this one's kind of like a straight up one, right? So would you rather be in jail for 5 years or be in a coma for a decade?
Wow.
Jail for 5 years. And I'll tell you why. Because
Oh my God, that's a tough one.
I'm the type of person experiencing life, even shitty experiences, is worth the experience. There's lessons to be learned. There's, as much as, I've never been to jail, but as much as I assume being in jail sucks, I'm sure you do connect with some people. You probably meet some interesting people. You probably learn some things. You could definitely educate yourself in the system. I know a bunch of prisoners that have gotten their GEDs and stuff like that while they're in prison. So I think I'd pick prison for 5 years because there's still opportunity to learn and better yourself. And to me, any experience is better than just laying there.
Yeah,
and
man.
to add on to that before Logan says his piece, I actually read a little article that like some prison like up north is like the first like Yale graduates or some shit like that. Like some guys from prison just like graduated with like a Yale degree.
Yeah, that's nuts, dude.
That's wild.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
didn't
I
see or
just,
hear that, but that's
yeah,
nuts.
I read about that shit and I was like, what the fuck? You
I
might
can
as well
see
go
it
to
though, 'cause
prison.
I 100% believe that 'cause some of these guys have just a different type of motivation and they just see the world different. I would have to take the coma one though, man. I don't want to be in jail.
Oh, don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. I'm not
Outside of
sitting here
being in
saying
jail,
jail would
bro.
be fun, and you definitely have your fair share of fights, and you'd have to
Right.
protect yourself at all times, and you'd probably be
See,
anxiety ridden, not able to sleep at night. I'm not trying to sit here and act like it's a good thing, but I'll take that experience for 5 years over laying there not knowing what's going on. And if you really want to get technical, if we're gonna get deep into it, yeah, no family member wants to see me in prison, but they rather see me in prison than in a coma for a decade.
I feel that.
Yeah, they'll love you in jail, Logan, for sure. Little pretty
Put a
boy.
blanket over, yeah, put a blanket over my head for 10 years, bro.
I think I'm gonna go coma too, just for the simple fact that, if I get put in a coma, the next day I'm waking up, it's fucking 10 years. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, you're
gotcha.
not really gonna know how long, you know.
All right,
It's
well,
like
all right. Let me
I
ask you this
sleep.
though. Let me ask you this because I just saw this on Twitter. So apparently, they're back in the day. I forget the year, but I think it was early 2000s. A cop was on duty. He got shot in the head. He went to the hospital. He was in a coma for 10 years. He woke up out of the coma. He remembered everything: his friends, his families, his past experiences, his own name, his whole life. He remembered. And shortly after, he slipped back into the coma and never woke up and was pronounced dead a little while later. So
Jesus.
I don't think going into a coma is just as simple as waking up out of a coma.
See, now
Because,
you're just going into deep. The
but
fucking would
even
you rather
Yeah,
was simple, all right,
no,
Kev?
what I'm saying is, even if
my
you put
brain's fried.
aside, even if you put us, even no, what I'm saying is, even if you put aside the fact of he slipped back into it, like even say he woke up and he stayed awake, they were amazed at the fact he was able to remember his
Yeah,
friends,
that's crazy.
remember his life. So like that is clearly a risk that you're taking of not being able to remember things. Now, I'm
Yeah,
also taking in a risk because in prison I can be stabbed and not have a life to remember. But that's my point.
that's a good one though. I like it. All right, what's our next convo segment? What we got?
So I'm just going to keep the same theme going. I want this episode, the learners to really, or the listeners to really learn about us. Just by little tidbits information, like with the would you rather's, or like for next year example, I was thinking we could do some bucket list items. So a big bucket list item of mine is going to be deep sea fishing. Just something about being out on the water late at night, pitch black is already a cool ambiance to me. And then I'm out there to catch, fish that weigh 600 pounds. Like that's just, I don't even really necessarily like fishing, but something about that, like that just gets my gears going.
So like
I
at
like
night,
it.
Kev, like you're saying at night, like you would do
Well,
that at night or during the day?
Well, because deep sea fishing, at least the ones that I've heard of my friends and people I know that have gone on them, you usually have to wake up at like 3 in the morning.
Yeah, I was gonna say they leave at like 3 in the morning, 4 in the morning.
Yeah.
My
So
dad did it once up in he did it in New Orleans, but it wasn't no deep sea, but it like they did a nice fishing trip and yeah, they don't play no games, bro. My dad was like with these guys, that've been captains of the boats that they took out and you know, they don't mess around. You get out, you got to be on time, cuz everything's factored in, weather, tide, all that shit. So that's dope. Where would you want to go?
I mean, if I could pick anywhere in the world, it would probably be another country. I'd have to do
Yeah, it'd
research
be dope.
on,
I was saying
who
that.
has the best, stuff to catch. But
Some wild fish out there, bro.
yeah, dude, like actually yesterday I was at work, a lady came in, she was happened to be showing me pictures and she showed me a picture of her boyfriend, and it looked like he went deep sea fishing because he was holding a fish that was as tall as him, and she said it weighed 700 pounds. So I mean, I don't think she was lying to
Yeah,
me. Like to me, that's just that's an awesome feat to accomplish.
yeah, that's dope. Mine, yeah, let me get mine in real quick. I'm a soccer guy, like I said in the beginning. Big bucket list thing of mine that's obtainable within. I don't know. I got to plan this shit. Work's so busy, but I'm trying to get to England for a Premier League soccer game. I mean, I watched a lot of Premier League soccer growing up. Played FIFA. I still watch them today. I know that them dudes out there in England when they get rowdy for a game and them stadiums fill up, that atmosphere's got to be unmatched.
If you could
So,
go see one
where I'm at.
specific, if you could go see one specific Premier League team, who would it be?
Liverpool. Been a
Yeah, that's a
Liverpool guy,
solid
you know, ever since Gerrard's broken right foot shot from like 35 out in like FIFA 08.
one. FIFA 08.
Yeah, bro. It's been a long time.
I
Bro.
think I'd want to see Chelsea just because not that I know the most about soccer, but Chelsea to me that was the team I always played FIFA with as a kid. You know, some of their players that they used to have back in the day were just disgusting. And even today, I don't know if he still plays there, but he played there like last year. Like they have Lukaku, I'm pretty sure, and stuff like that. So I'd
If
probably
you guys
go
ever
Chelsea.
checked it out, I would highly recommend just checking out. I don't know. You probably find a link on YouTube. Just atmosphere at a Premier League soccer game, unmatched, man.
I'm not a big soccer guy, so I think I would have to go like World Cup type shit.
I'm in.
Yeah, I mean World Cup's pretty good too. That's nothing to turn your nose up at.
I'm all about it. All right, Fred, let's hear it.
All right. So my bucket list is kind of fucking retarded, but honestly, so little fact about me, right? I like playing poker on my off time. I've been playing a lot of poker, you know, got some stuff going on at home. I travel for work, but I want to play Joe Cada. If you guys don't know who Joe Cada is, he's basically a professional poker player. And he sucks. In my opinion, he fucking sucks. Like, I don't care what anybody says, he sucks.
He does it professionally, but he sucks.
He sucks. Like, you know, it's like you know, give me the worst fucking NBA player, but they get paid millions. He sucks. Like Joe Cada is not good.
But you realize a low level NBA player would still cook you in basketball.
I'm giving them at least a bucket.
You're
but anyway,
tripping.
let me finish this off, right? So Joe Cada, I would love to play him heads up. Obviously I'm not rich like him, so he's gonna have to spot me some money so he could take it back. That's number one.
Right.
Number two, I'd play him heads up because he's the luckiest motherfucker I ever known in the world. And poker is a little bit of luck, but most of it is strategy. So I think he sucks. I'm gonna keep saying that. You know, if you ever watch this, I'll play you heads up with your money though, because you know your boy don't got, you know. Come on, man. You know you're a millionaire.
Why don't you just start with like a $200 buy-in and just rob them all the way up to $1 million?
I mean, it's
like
doable,
if you could beat them that consistently, why not start with a $200 buy-in, and then over time you'll have $5,000, and then you start betting with that.
Listen, because
that 5 turns to 25, that 25 turns to 100.
Are we considering this guy's success like an accident?
100%.
That's what I'm saying. A professional poker player.
I'm like,
I feel where Fred's coming from with this, because I'm reading a little bit and it's saying like, you know, this dude shouldn't have as much money as he has.
Dude's like a joke.
But that's why people hate on Dan Bilzerian too, because
I'm gonna watch a YouTube video of him playing a match and just see how bad he is.
But that's what people get on Dan Bilzerian too, is that, you know, he was born into money and that's the only reason he had all this fame. But he took that money and made it even more money in poker. So he's clearly still good at poker. Sure, he might have been in a better situation to start than some other people, but end of the day, he still flipped that money into more money by playing poker. So, like, if that's what Joe Cat is doing, I don't think that means Joe Cat is a shitty poker player.
I'm telling you is, in this tournament, Phil Ivey came 7th. I just want you to know that. Phil fucking Ivey, by far top 5 best poker player.
Yeah, he's good. I watched him a lot.
Yeah, no, Phil's nice. Phil's nice.
Right? And you're talking about, like, this dude from Shelby Township, Michigan is
he's like, top draft pick, bro.
Yeah, what?
Like
what are we? Shelby, Michigan. He can't be good at poker.
Shelby,
he can't be good at poker.
What? But yeah, no, fuck that dude. I mean, shout out to Phil Ivey. He still won like 1.4 on that tournament.
Bro.
But
make it happen one day. Get you at the table with Joe Cada.
That's just how you know poker's such a fucking lucky game. But
I was gonna share one more bucket list item of skydiving over the Egyptian pyramids, but with the fact how Fred's saying he wants to go play Joe Cada, that kind of leads us into our next segment of worst ways to spend money, because playing Joe Cada would certainly be a terrible way to lose your money.
Yeah.
Well, what if I told you I wouldn't lose my money because it ain't gonna be my money? I'm gonna play him with his money, and I'm gonna take all his money because he fucking sucks. Straight up.
We shall agree to disagree, Fred.
All right. Dude's not good.
So with worst ways to spend money, I've been starting all the topics off first. Why doesn't somebody else take this one?
I'll give it a go since Freddie just finished up there. So I got a couple of them. I mean, real quick, I'll just get this one out of the way. There's actually a roll of toilet paper that's straight gold for $1.3 million,
Hell yeah!
and it comes with a free bottle of champagne.
Of course it does. Why wouldn't it?
Like, how
You know,
sick is that?
Well,
It's
I mean,
paper,
if I'm
man.
gonna be getting free champagne, I'm definitely taking the shit and food option. I mean,
I don't even know how I came across that, but first one that came to my head when I was thinking about this through the week. This is how I found it. My girlfriend has a cat. She's got 3 cats actually. She's cat tree broke in her room, or she wanted to get a new one. So she's like,
Fuck
help me
cats.
find a cat tree. So I love cats. I mean, I'm allergic to them and I love them. But I start looking in to get a cat tree, right? And I never looked for cat trees before in my life. So I'm coming across like $20, $50, $100, and then I see the filter and I'm like filtering colors. I'm like, the website I was on, was insane. It's like any cat tree you could possibly find on there is on there. So I changed the filter. I get to the price thing and it says $0 to $5,000. And I'm like, what? So I cranked the meter. I'm not lying. This literally happened like 6 days ago. I cranked the meter up to like 3,000 minimum. First thing that pops up, $4,600 cat box for your out back porch or deck. The motherfucker was like 25, 30 feet, like square, like big as shit. And you're talking, dude, for a cat. Like,
and that cat's not gonna go in there because cats are just spiteful little bitches.
There was, dude, you could have. Oh my god, I was just laughing my ass off. I actually sent it to my girlfriend, and she, the serious girl she is. She's like, no, why would I ever buy that? I'm like, babe, I'm just kidding. Like,
you're telling me you don't have $5,000 to blow on a cat tree?
Nah, dude, the cat tree. The picture they showed too was like a mansion, right? It was like a big house, and then like a quarter of the backyard was this cat box, like, and that was the picture they showed of it, like set up.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, it was a good one.
What you got, Freddie?
All right. First question I'm gonna ask, guys. Reasonably, if I gave both of y'all $25,000, what is it that you guys are gonna buy? Reasonably, right? Not worst ways to spend money. I gave you $25K. What are you doing with the $25K?
I'd probably use it on a down payment for a house.
Okay.
Pay off student loans.
Okay. I'm gonna tell you what I'm gonna use it for. I'm gonna buy some fucking guinea pig armor.
That's not real. That's not real.
That can't be real.
I swear to you. Go on Google, search up guinea pig armor. You're gonna see this fat little rodent motherfucker with some 1400s fucking.
How do you spell guinea?
Shit's fucking upwards to $25K.
Guinea pig
Dude,
armor.
it's a
Oh
thing.
shit.
Dude's a goddamn.
Yeah, the first picture.
It's a thing.
Oh my god, you're not lying.
Oh my god, Fred, that's the same website I used to find mine.
$24,300.
$25K.
Look at him on the jet ski.
This is the website I actually used. That's crazy. Yeah, I didn't even know guinea pig armor was a thing. I like this. I like the
Fred,
steampunked winged guinea pig armor.
That's gas, Fred.
Just saying, like
Like,
this
what
is not
that?
arguably the worst way to spend money.
Holy,
I don't
you
know.
can buy armor for your dogs. Fuck a guinea pig.
That one's only like $400 too, right?
Oh yeah, it's $370.
That's affordable.
And look, for $40K, you can get matching armor for yourself.
Jesus Christ, that website's insanity.
Yeah, that shit's fucking
That's
wild.
a good one.
I ran into that shit, and
that's better than the cat tree.
Because that's my only fucking worst way to spend money. Because when I started looking for stuff, I was like, let me find some stuff. First thing I came across, I said, I don't need to write anything else. Because this is arguably the worst way to spend your
that
$25,000.
definitely is arguably one of the best ways to spend money. So I have 3, okay, and I am proud of all 3, and I am going to present all 3. So the first one actually isn't a lot of money. It's not. It's $8.49. So you might be asking, Kev, why is this such a bad way to spend money? Because what I'm about to present to you and show you a picture of for our YouTube listeners is going to be the DIY vasectomy kit, where you can perform your own vasectomies. It is $8.49.
My wife would love that.
And, it literally says, who has money for luxury services like high prices and hospital vasectomies? So if you don't, $8.49 DIY vasectomy kit.
I gotta find this, bro.
Like, what does that have in there? Like a fucking mallet? So you just fucking prop up your legs and fucking take a nice little screwdriver and just smack it in?
I'm proud to say I don't know what is actually in it.
$8.49.
So the second one I got is definitely a dumb way to spend money. It's $12,900. And it's going to be a replica lion rug. And now that's actually kind of a cool rug, but here's my problem with it.
It's a sick rug.
Here's my problem with it. You're paying 13 grand for a replica. It's not even a real lion. If it was a real lion, I'd be all for it.
I didn't hear that. See, I missed that replica part.
But you're paying 13 grand for a fake lion.
Yeah, see, I'm out. I passed that up.
And probably my favorite, besides the DIY vasectomy kit, is for $2,000 in the UK. If you need a limo, don't get a limo. Get a tank limo.
Yo!
They will pick you up in a military grade tank.
How much?
$2,000.
That's not a bad way to spend money. If I'm a millionaire, I'll fucking pull up in a tank to a party.
That's a great way to spend money.
No, I gotta disagree. Why not get a normal limo?
It's not a fucking tank,
bro.
Yeah. Think about that. You're down a red fucking carpet, right? We're fucking all going to a party.
That's gotta be
hella illegal. Had to be.
I mean, it is UK. They have different laws than us.
Oh, it's the UK. Okay, yeah.
Just imagine just pulling up in a tank. Pulling up in a tank.
Maybe in the UK, it's weird if you come in a regular limo.
Well, that's facts. It could be.
When you pull up in a regular limo, they're like, "Oh, what the hell's this?"
Well, it says, "Why would you ever show up to prom in a puny limo?"
Just saying, the regular limo could be illegal.
Freaking facts.
I mean, the more we talk about it, the more I like the item.
There's a minimum size limo that you must have if you're going to take it on the streets in the UK.
all we know, all limos are illegal unless it's a tank.
That's awesome. I like that one.
Shankit Golf, the place you need to go for your golf needs. Find high-quality golf apparel from hats, polos, t-shirts, and hoodies. Shankit Golf will deliver free on orders over $75, and Shankit Golf has a 30-day money-back guarantee. Shop at Shankit Golf for all your golf apparel needs and use coupon code Something Ain't Right. That's coupon code SOMETHINGAINTRIGHT.
All right, fans, welcome back. Let's get right back into it. Kev, what are we talking about next, man?
So I want to talk about football because I've been missing football like crazy since it's ended. So what I did for our football section is I did the standings for each division. So feel free to, pull up the standings and follow along with me.
Like projections?
Yeah, for next season and how I got them finishing. Not necessarily, their win-loss record, just, first, second, third, and fourth. So for the AFC East, I have Buffalo at number 1, which I think everybody would probably agree with. Miami at number 2. I got the New York Jets at number 3. And I got the Patriots. I got the Patriots coming in last in the AFC East.
I like that.
In the AFC North, I got Cincinnati number 1. I got Baltimore Ravens as number 2. I have the Cleveland Browns coming in third in that division, with Pittsburgh following up in fourth. The AFC South, this one was a little tough because there's a lot of unknowns. I mean, the Colts and the Texans both have rookie quarterbacks that are yet to play. And Tennessee is a walking dumpster fire.
Yeah, bro. They got problems.
So for the AFC South, I put Jacksonville Jaguars at number 1. The Colts at number 2. I'm a big fan of Anthony Richardson. They might not go to him to start the year, but when he takes over that position, that team is
Yeah.
going to be locked into a different mode.
I like that dude.
Coming up after them, I got the Houston Texans, and then followed by the Tennessee Titans.
Got Texans over Titans.
I do have the Texans over Titans. I think the Titans are a walking dumpster fire, as I said, and I think
Yeah.
Houston has a lot of potential. I like the rookie quarterback. I like Damian Pierce last year a lot.
D. Pierce, dude's an animal.
And honestly, their defense was kind of underrated last year. They had a pretty solid defense. They just sucked.
I feel bad. My boy Ken, he's a big Steelers guy. Ken, if you can hear me, when you do hear this, the Steelers ain't gonna win that division for a very long time, my friend.
Yeah, sorry, buddy. Sorry that I have them in last, but that's just the way the cookie crumbles. So next we'll jump to the AFC West, home of Logan's Chiefs. And I think everybody's going to agree that we got the Chiefs going number 1 in that division.
I don't know.
Why you say that?
You got Russell washed up Wilson?
Hey, listen, this is one thing I'm gonna tell you about the Chiefs, man. We all know Patrick Mahomes is a GOAT, but have you seen your wide receiver core lately, Logan?
Yeah, we lost Tyreek Hill and we won the Super Bowl.
I got you.
What a
because
flex.
because you made Travis Kelce your damn near slot wide receiver, but gotcha. But
I
like,
think that Mahomes, to this point, I see the wide receiver core.
and let's not talk about your running game. That's just god awful.
But the career Mahomes is putting together, the type of guy he is, he's like the Tom Brady. You give him anybody, and he's gonna make them look good.
As long as they can run a 4.240.
You make it into the NFL, you run real fast, you can run slants,
As long as they can run a 4.240, Patty's gonna get it there.
Scantling has speed, bro. Dude's got speed. But
because like if I'm not mistaken, like your number 1 receiver right now is Kadarius Toney, or am I tripping?
No, you're not wrong.
All right.
But again, that jewelry on the hand says different.
There was a lot of D-Hop talk, but I don't want him.
Apparently, D-Hop wants to go to the Patriots, and Dalvin Cook said he wants to play with D-Hop wherever he goes. So that would be a pretty interesting combo. Might shake up my standings a little bit.
Dalvin Cook, bro, dude runs hard.
So the AFC West, I got the Chiefs going 1. I got the Chargers going 2, even though I think Justin Herbert is the most overrated quarterback in the NFL. In third, I got Denver Broncos. I think a lot of Russ's problems last year were coaching and play calling related, and I think they found the solution to that. And I actually wouldn't be surprised if the Denver Broncos finished above the Chargers, but in my list, I do have them after coming in third. And that means in fourth, you have the Oakland Raiders, who, like the Tennessee Titans, are a walking dumpster fire.
Las Vegas, bro. No more Oakland. Las Vegas.
Oh, yeah, dude. I'm showing my age.
I still say Oakland. I still say Washington.
Yeah, I still say St. Louis for Rams. Yeah, dude. It's just how we grew up. So that takes care of the AFC. So now for the NFC. The NFC East. This one might make some people mad.
I think that, this is going to get good here because I think the AFC, you got the stud teams, and the NFC, anything can happen, I feel like.
Yeah, my NFC predictions are definitely going to make some people mad here. So for the NFC East, I have the Eagles coming in 1. I have the Washington Commanders coming in 2.
Wow.
Their defense last year. They're actually the team. I'm an Eagles fan, obviously, and that's the team in the NFC East that scares me the most. Their defense last year is one of the top run defenses in the league.
Who they got a quarterback this year?
Sam Howell, right?
Heineke. They ain't
I think they're going Sam Howell.
It's to be
They
determined.
still got McLaurin, Terry McLaurin. That dude's a star.
They still got Terry. They still got
So
Curtis.
good.
They got that running back. What was his name? Robinson. What's his first name? He got shot last year.
Bijan.
No, he was the one just drafted.
No, not
Bijan went to
Bijan.
Atlanta.
He went to the Falcons. Yeah. I think it's
I
like
ain't talking about. Fuck.
Now we look super
I know exactly
uneducated.
what you're talking about. Yeah.
But yeah, so
Wikipedia. Somebody go to Wikipedia.
yeah,
real
someone hit
quick.
our dictionary up. So I got
Brian
yeah,
Robinson?
I was gonna say Brian, but I didn't want to be wrong.
Oh
So
yeah, he wore like number 8 or something, didn't he?
yeah,
He was a beast. Yeah,
kid's a
because I
He's a
had
beast,
receiver, right?
a
who's the
running
other
back,
guy they had for years? I had him in fantasy last year.
Antonio Gibson.
Yeah, I had Gibson in fantasy, and Robinson took all his touches
Gibson's a
for the
good running
second
back.
year.
He just has a fumbling problem. He puts that ball on the ground a little too much.
Yeah, I was
I was
PPR
confusing it with
Gibson.
Jahan Dotson. That's what I was confusing it with.
Dotson,
Jahan Dotson, yeah, he's solid. I like him.
So I got the Eagles, then to the Commanders.
That's
Then
crazy, bro.
I'm telling you,
Do you have the Cowboys losing this division?
I do not. I have the Cowboys
Okay.
next. I have the Cowboys next.
Say, bro.
But the Cowboys don't blow me away like at all.
Yeah,
And I
I
know
don't
that
think they're
sounds
that
like a
good
typical
either.
Eagles fan, but as somebody that just watches football, I'm not impressed. And then
When
you
was
have
the
the
last
Giants.
time the Cowboys went to the Super Bowl? 1996.
A while ago.
No, wait. Actually, let me rephrase that. When was the last time the Cowboys went to the NFC Division Championship?
Here, I can actually give
They're
you.
not going anywhere with Dak Prescott, bro. They
I
got
can
to
actually give you a little good piece of information.
I
here.
like Dak. Dak's a good guy, bro. He plays hard, but it's just he got a playoff stomach bug, bro.
You're talking about Dakota?
Dakota
just has a
Rain,
playoff-
Dakota
he
Rain
has-
Prescott.
Dakota.
Playoff stomach
So,
bug, bro.
this
Like,
was
he's biting
as-
his nails off in the locker room before the game.
So this was on June 15th, okay? It says, congratulations to the Dallas Cowboys on officially achieving 10,000 days without a Super Bowl. That's 27 years, 4 months, and 17 days. Since then, they've had a 5-12 playoff record, 15 non-playoff seasons, 7 first-round exits, 0 division road victories, 0 NFC championship berths, 0 NFC champions, and 0 Super Bowls. Couldn't be
Who would
my
wanna be
franchise.
Dallas fan? Yeah, who would want to
Couldn't be my
Dallas fan?
franchise. So then I have Giants coming in last. Then we're going to head to the NFC North, which the NFC North and the NFC South to me were the 2 toughest divisions to put standings to. The NFC North, as weird as it's going to sound to say, I have the Minnesota Vikings winning that division.
Wow.
Yeah.
I think Chicago is just a couple pieces away from actually being a competitive team. I think
Justin Fields, dude, man, he's
I
gonna
think-
run a lot.
I think Green Bay losing Aaron Rodgers is going to hurt a lot. And Detroit, I actually like Detroit's roster a lot, but like they made a lot of big moves, like bringing in C.J. Gardner-Johnson. I'm pretty sure they drafted what's his name, Bryce Young, and they also drafted the running back he played with.
I think that if there's any team in that division, it's Chicago's division to win. I'm not saying they're gonna win it. You know, I'm not making.
Hey, shout out to the Detroit Lions for DeAndre Swift for a fucking
It's
penny
the
off a
Birds
dollar.
for a third round.
Yeah,
It's
that's
crazy.
a crazy
Hey,
trade. too.
hey, shout out to the Detroit Lions, man.
There's
I think-
actually
I
a
think
video of
Justin
Howie
Fields is in
Roseman
there.
laughing about that trade. But so I got Minnesota winning the division, and like Logan alluded to, I think Chicago's going to be pretty good. I got Chicago coming in
Yeah,
second.
man.
I think we see a big step from Justin Fields this year. I think his arms, he's not only going to rely on his legs. I think he will use them, but I think he's going to trust his arm a lot more. And I kind of like the Chicago Bears coming into the season.
Did they draft a good O-line this year? I wasn't paying attention to the Bears because that's been the problem for the past 3 years. They literally, I saw a statistic that it says from the moment the ball is snapped, fucking Justin Fields has like 0.9 seconds to get rid of the ball before fucking
Yeah,
somebody
dude, he
touches
was
him.
collapsing that's why he was like getting destroyed. Let's see who they took.
Because my boy's a big Chicago Bears fan, and I give him shit all the time because who's their wide receiver
There you
one?
go.
Yeah, so their
Their 10th
first round pick
overall pick,
was
yep.
a outside line or a offensive lineman out of Tennessee, Darnell Wright.
Dude's a bus.
Their second round pick was a defensive back
D-line.
out of Miami.
And then there's a second rounder was DB from Miami.
Yeah, that's what I just said. Who's the other one? Oh,
got
that
two
D
of them.
lineman. Gervon Dexter. Yeah, so I mean they only took
out
one
of Florida.
offensive lineman.
Yeah.
They only took
53rd and a 56. Damn.
They only took one offensive lineman, but I'm telling you, I would watch out for the Bears this year. Next I have Green Bay coming ahead of Detroit. That one was pretty hard for me. I could easily flip-flop that and have Detroit coming in third and Green Bay coming in fourth. But just something in my heart told me Jordan Love's ready. I mean, Jordan Love came in when the Eagles hurt Aaron Rodgers last year, and he absolutely cooked us. Us. He looked like prime Peyton Manning. It was
and I will tell you this: the thing about Green Bay that I appreciate is, the past 25 to 30 years, they've only had 2 quarterbacks.
Yeah, and so, before that, it was only Favre for how long?
Right. So you're talking about if Jordan Love actually does something good with this organization, he's going to be their QB1 for the next 15 years because that's just how Green Bay operates, right? If it wasn't Aaron Rodgers these last 10 to 15, then before that it was Brett Favre. You're talking about damn near 3 decades of just 2 quarterbacks, which is unheard of.
No,
yeah, you don't see that a lot.
Yeah, it's usually a revolving door in the NFL when it comes to the quarterback position. But that is why I gave Green Bay the slight advantage over Detroit, just because Green Bay, I really liked what I saw out of Jordan Love. The NFC South, I put Carolina coming in number 1. That's probably gonna
shot.
It's probably gonna shock
some man. Man.
This division right here is gonna make a lot of people upset. I got Carolina coming in 1. I like the addition of Miles Sanders. I like the addition of CJ Stroud. I think they're an okay football team, and I know you could say, well, okay football teams don't win divisions, but they do in the NFC South.
Well, you're saying Bryce Young is going to be the guy.
I'm not saying he's going to be the guy, but who were they rolling out last year?
That division's a tough
you don't think Bryce Young's better than Sam Darnold?
That's my pick for that division is the Buccaneers.
And you got Miles Sanders, who's going to run the crap out of that football. Give me Carolina. In second, I have the Atlanta Falcons. The Atlanta Falcons.
Shut up, Rob.
The Atlanta Falcons played some good football last year. They had some bad beats. They added a lot of good weapons in the draft. I'm very interested.
I like that football team, man.
What Atlanta has to offer.
I'm excited to watch them this year.
Bijan's going to be a fucking animal.
Bijan, Kyle Pitts, Cordero Patterson. They got a good little thing going on over there.
I got Bijan going for 1,500 this year, right? Because you're talking about you're going to play your fucking division roughly 8 games throughout the whole year, and within those 8 games he might have 1,000, just because of how shitty
defense is shambles.
Yep. NFC South is garbage.
Yep.
And this one's going to make some people mad because in third place, I have the New Orleans Saints.
I like
you got the Bucks last.
I have the Bucks coming in last.
I like it, bro.
Oh, man. Shout out to Brad, man. Rest in peace, man. Boy got the Bucks last.
Losing Tom Brady is obviously never a good thing for any franchise. You're talking about a franchise that has been riddled with injuries for the last 5-6 seasons. Even when Tommy was there and winning Super Bowls, they were still banged up. Now, not only are you going to lose Tom Brady, you're going to put a quarterback in there that is not going to play good football because your 2 options are Baker Mayfield and Kyle Trask. And if you think Kyle Trask and Baker Mayfield are not coming in last in that division, I'm sorry. I'm going to respectfully disagree.
I mean,
I like it. I'm with you on that.
I think I would put the Bucks going third just to.
And I like what New Orleans has to offer. I like Kamara. I like Olave. Who knows if Michael Thomas is ever going to touch the field again? But even if he can, just as a distraction, that opens up the field for Olave. The defense is always good in New Orleans. Since I was born, that defense has been good. So, to me, they're just a more well put together football team than the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Hey, man, shout out Cesar Ruiz, man. Went to Pfeiffer together. Dude's an old lineman for the Saints.
Hey, Pfeiffer squad.
Pfeiffer squad. Yeah. I think he went out, his junior year. He left to go play for IMG. He played at Camden High. And then I think he did 2-3 years at Michigan. No, you got to do 4 years in college, right? So
Three.
Yeah. 3. Yeah, I think he
Yeah,
did 3 years in Michigan.
I just checked on Wikipedia. Saints defense ranked like bottom third, like 24th, 25th last year.
No shot.
Yep.
No,
Vikings-
in what?
Vikings-
In what?
This is just defensive rankings. Just defense rankings. No offense or not.
That's hard to
not
believe
against
because
the run, not
their
against the pass.
defensive line is something special. They're getting older, but it's a good defensive line.
It goes from top or bottom to top. Vikings at 32nd, then Tennessee, then Houston, then Pittsburgh, then Seattle.
All
then
right,
the
so you
Saints.
already proved my point. That doesn't matter at all because Vikings are coming in first in their division. Remember?
Their defense was terrible last year, and they won that division. So,
But Jay Jettas had the team on his back. He was putting up MVP numbers.
God. And then they got waxed in the playoffs.
And then the final division, the NFC West. I got San Fran taking the lead in that.
Yeah, they're gonna be good again.
I honestly think it's going to be San Fran again in the NFC division for the championship game. I honestly see San Fran coming.
So
Hopefully with against the Eagles,
over there,
but
bro.
I think I see San Fran just wiping through everything once we get to the playoffs because what they're missing is a person who has an arm.
Yeah, bro. Them getting McCaffrey is a cheat code.
yeah, and then you pair that next to Devo. It's just
Deebo
the
Samuel,
Brandon Ayuk. Like it's just they're a good team. Nick Bosa, they're a good team. Yeah, they're definitely a well-built team. So San Fran coming in one. Next might surprise some people. I got the Seattle Seahawks. I've never been more impressed with a quarterback than I was last year with Geno Smith. Geno Smith
had him in fantasy.
Put that offense on his back game after game, and he looked beautiful doing it. My man was throwing dimes. And,
I think I picked him up as a free agent week 1 or week 2.
And to be honest with you, he sat his first couple of years as a backup. And I really think all that time learning is the reason why he played so well last year. And I expect to see another jump out of him, just like I'm expecting to see a jump out of Justin Fields. So that's why I got Seattle at 2. After Seattle, it was between the LA Rams and Arizona. And I really didn't know where to go with this one. But
Arizona dead last. I
got LA Rams coming in third and Arizona going to last. Because if Matt Stafford can look even half as good as he did that Super Bowl year, I think the Rams will be a pretty good team.
Yeah.
Where Arizona, even if Kyle Murray balls out, who's he going to ball out to? They have
He's got to put the video game controller down, bro, and start taking his job a little more serious.
Yeah,
he's like 5'2".
Maybe some human growth hormone.
He needs something, bro. I like it though, Kev. I like it.
So that's what I got happening next year, football standings wise.
Yeah, my football talk. I mean, what I brought. The first thing I was reading during the week, I heard my man DeMarcus Lawrence. I don't know who he was talking to, what station he was on, but he was telling whoever was talking to him that he doesn't see a big gap between his Cowboys and the Philadelphia Eagles going into this year. And I mean, the dude's obviously never played a game of Ultimate Team in his life because in every position the Eagles have a better player. Maybe, punter or kicker.
No. I'll take our punter. We just never have to use him.
Yeah, that's if that's your strategy, bro. I just don't know how you could sit there and say that. And I heard a lot of guys on WIP talk about how they're nervous for the Cowboys, like the game in Dallas. Eagles do struggle when they go to Dallas, but I mean, we're gonna see the Eagles walk. I mean, I heard about the whole harder schedule thing. We might not win as many games, and if we do, it's gonna be a lot closer. But they keep playing.
I'll speak on the Eagles in Dallas. Teams. I'll speak on the Eagles and coming to Dallas. So I went to the game last year, and mind you, who wasn't playing? Jalen Hurts. Gardner Minshew put up. Yeah. I went to the game.
Oh, yeah.
Gardner Minshew. Yep. Gardner Minshew put up 38 points. So just want you to know, and we only lost, I think, less than a touchdown. I think it was like 38-42 or something.
Remember that week?
I think that was the score.
The guy I played in fantasy that week had Hurts and picked up Minshew, and I needed to win that week, and Minshew destroyed me. So I was sadder than ever, but
34-40. 34-40.
Shootout,
And
bro. It's probably
let
gonna
me
be
tell
another shootout.
let me tell you this. You could hear the fucking Eagles fans in the stands. Cowboys fans, they have pride. But they only have pride when the Cowboys aren't playing, if that makes sense. Right? You come around, you're a fucking Cowboys fan, like, let's go, Cowboys, my boys, we here, we them boys. When they're
Right.
not at Cowboys games. When you're at a Cowboys game, God forbid if that team is putting up numbers, right? Because we were going into the half, I think we were up. And Cowboys fans already are like, this fucking team sucks. They're the worst possible fans you can have. Philly fans are bad, but we're prideful and we love our team. But at the same time, Cowboys fans, all it takes is you got to just put two touchdowns.
I mean,
Then they throw in the towel.
hey,
just put two touchdowns up. That's it. You're good.
I'm an Eagles fan, but to defend the Cowboys fans a little bit, it's probably hard to support your team when you have the Lakers in LA and the Yankees in New York and the Cowboys down in Texas. It's probably hard to support your team when you root for teams that are all over the country.
Right now, the only thing that's like keeping like Dallas, Texas fans alive is this crazy ass run that the Rangers are doing right now. Other than that, Dallas sports just suck. Because you're talking about Dallas Mavericks, they're garbage, even though on paper they have probably the top 5 best fucking players in the league. Cowboys, I don't even want to talk about them because they're shitty. They need to get rid of Dakota Prescott, right? Because you're paying the man $250 million to not go to the playoff. I just want y'all to know that. So imagine, hey, I'll pay you $250 million, Logan. All you got to do is not go to the playoffs.
Can you imagine how good that offense? Can you imagine how good?
I feel bad for him, bro, because he's a good guy and he's committed, but he's just not. He doesn't have that flair, that talent. That
he's a game manager. He manages games. He does not play quarterback. He manages games. That's what he does.
Talking about that Jalen Hurts flair?
Swagger. Jalen Hurts swagger, flair. Mahomes swagger, flair. Josh Allen swagger, flair. Like Joe Burrow. The league is filled with, 5 or 6 of these guys, and Dak Prescott will never be there. It's a fact.
I mean, Tony Romo 2.0.
Yeah, I mean, there's some type of curse going on in that quarterback position for the Cowboys, and it's not going to be broken by Dak Prescott.
Like, can you imagine if you gave Aaron Rodgers, Amari Cooper, CeeDee Lamb, Dalton Schultz, Tony Pollard, Ezekiel Elliott, that offensive line? I don't know if he'd lose a game.
And not to have to worry too much about the defense.
I don't know if he'd lose a game.
I'm not even I don't even care what they do, but it frustrates me to see how that team, performs. But the last thing that I saw, Detroit alternate helmets for 2023. Look it up right now.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen them.
Oh my God. There's like a little ad too. I watched like the little 30-second clip. I think it was on YouTube.
You said Detroit. Ooh.
Detroit Lions alternate 2023 helmets.
Is it these guys right here?
Yes, sir, bro. How fire is that?
Yeah, no, they're pretty fire. Well, also, I heard the Eagles might be bringing back Kelly Green. It just hasn't been announced yet, but I follow a couple people on Twitter that have some inside sources that work for the Eagles, and reportedly they're bringing back the Kelly Green, so I'm really excited for that.
I like it. Oh, and last thing is make sure we tune in the 29th, so 4 days. I guess Thursday night we got the Capital One tournament. We got Kelsey Mahomes versus Curry and Clay. Just a heads up. I'll definitely be watching.
Yeah, we could definitely talk about that next episode because I don't know if this will be released before or after the event actually occurs. So our listeners might not get a chance to watch it, but we'll definitely talk about that next episode.
Amen.
Fred, what you got, homie?
All right. First things first, there's been rumors going on about the Eagles potentially changing their logo. All right. I saw the draft logo, and if you haven't seen it, look it up. It's fucking horrendous.
It's terrible.
It's fucking
the one
garbage.
that they're pitching, like the one that
the one that they're pitching.
It's bad.
Like, are we in fucking 2099? Like, well, what are we doing? Like, are we the Falcons? That's basically what it is. You're trying to make it the Philadelphia Falcons. That shit does not look like an eagle.
Wait, new Eagles logo. What is that? Oh,
it's terrible.
Please don't put that on their helmet.
It's
No.
terrible. We look like an arena football team.
Literally.
Yeah, yeah. It looks like a hockey team logo.
I don't know what fucking
I wouldn't be
24-year-old
opposed. I wouldn't be opposed to something like that though. That's kind of fire.
the fuck is this anime?
It's better
That's
than
the
the other one.
Philadelphia
It's not
Soul.
better. It's not better than what we have now, but it's better than that.
Yeah, that's horrible. I like their
Yeah.
logo, man. Keep the wings, because the wings on the helmet is fire.
Well, and a lot of people don't know this, but I'm actually about to show you. So the back of the eagle, the right here, that's actually an E, right? For eagles. You
Yeah,
can see it
yeah,
once
yeah.
somebody says it. So that's why I like the logo, because there's a hidden E in there for eagles, and then it's the bird's face on the front of it. Where if you change it, you're gonna be losing cool shit like that. But that's just me.
Yeah, that's some bullshit. I mean, honestly, before that, I'd just take back the 1995 logo, right? That pristine original with the eagle fucking holding the football. I'd take that back before I get this fucking bullshit.
Yeah,
Right.
no, that was a pretty good. I mean, that was when we had Kelly Green uniform. So maybe they'll bring the logo back if they bring back the Kelly Green.
But the other thing I wanted to cover on football was, Logan, do you honestly think that you outright beat us in the Super Bowl?
I had a bunch of my friends that I grew up with that are Eagles fans. I like the Eagles, and I told them my whole life, like, only way I root against the Eagles is if we play each other in the Super Bowl. You know, I mean, even the regular season. Like, I went to the Chiefs-Eagles game in the Link. Obviously, I'm rooting for my Chiefs. I wore a Chiefs jersey and all. Eagles fans are cool. They weren't, thrashing at me or nothing. They're cool. They got respect for us with Andy Reid and the
Gotta love Big Red.
McCoy trip. Yeah, man. That's why I think the iconic, story about this Super Bowl was unreal. But to get to your question, I'm telling you, at halftime of that game, I was sitting right over there watching this game, and my dad and everybody else that was watching, like, I'm the person in the basement that knows the most about football, and I'm sitting there at halftime, and I'm saying that this game's over. Like, this game's over. There's no shot. We come back. That was my mentality. I wasn't saying it like a lot, but in my head, in what I felt inside of me and how the game was going, I'm like, this is not good. Had a couple of my buddies text me, you guys are done. And all said and done, I kind of felt like we stole one from you guys. I felt like guilty after that game. My initial feeling in my stomach was like, yo, like, holy shit. Like,
Well, because there's so many things you can dive into, right? You could dive into the holding call. You could dive into if Eagles were the last ones to have ball, do the Eagles score? Like, did the Chiefs just win because they were the last ones to have the ball? Because both offenses were putting up numbers
I don't know,
at
man.
crazy rates.
The first half, we were doing nothing.
You could even make an argument. I don't support this argument because it sounds like I'm being a sore loser, but you could even make the argument our defensive coordinator was talking to the Cardinals about becoming the head coach during the Super Bowl, and he's actually going to be fined for it, and so are the Cardinals. And you could say he wasn't focused on the Super Bowl and running a good defensive scheme because he was focused on taking a head coaching job for the Arizona Cardinals. I don't like that argument because you sound like a sore loser, but that argument could be made.
Right.
Yeah, that Bradbury holding call, that thing killed me, man.
Yeah, I mean, there's a bunch of arguments. When I saw the play happen, I'm one of them guys that's been watching football for years, and they don't call this flag. They don't call the uncatchable ball. You never hear the refs talk about it. You never hear the commentators talk about, oh, that ball was uncatchable. I'm a big uncatchable guy. That ball that Pat threw was near the corner of the end zone, and the man was at the 10. So, holding or not, that ball was uncatchable. So,
well, that's why it was called a holding. That's because if it's catchable, that doesn't matter for holdings. That matters for pass interferences. So that's why it was called a holding. And did he hold him? Yeah, a little bit. But what pisses me off is they didn't call the whole game like that. If they were,
and on top of that, you're under 2 minutes.
If they were calling,
it's gonna get nippy.
If they were calling the whole game like that, call that. Go ahead. You've been calling it all day. But you can't change the tune of your whistle.
I forget what the score was. What was the score when that happened? Were we down a score still? Or did we go up a touchdown? So, like, we would have ended up taking 3 and we've been up by 3 points. And you guys
but then we would have had the ball.
Either tie it up or score and win the game.
Yeah,
I would have loved to see it.
The point of that was, yeah, like I said, y'all would have been up the 3, right? Because either way, y'all still hit a field goal, no matter what, right? Because
Right.
all Andy did was, now I got refresh it downs. We're gonna take our time going down so we can get a
They
field
ran
goal.
the clock out. Yeah,
Exactly.
they ran the clock out after
So-
the flag.
My thing is, if that holding call would have been called, it would have been 4th and 8, right? 4th and 8, we would have either forced you to punt, and if you wanted to take that long field goal, he could have taken that long field goal.
Right.
Because at this point in time, we're tied, right? But I don't care if I kick the field goal. It's just I would appreciate if we got the ball with at least a minute. We had the ball 25
Dude,
seconds. We had 22
you go
seconds,
back
no
to that,
timeout.
one of the best playoff games ever. 2 years ago, Chiefs Buffalo. Another game when the game was over. I don't know how the Chiefs won. I don't know how they figured it out, but there was 13 seconds on the clock, and that team managed to score a touchdown. Another game of who gets the ball last.
NFL Illuminati.
And
Patrick
that was when
Mahomes.
so they go into overtime, and that was when the whole argument came out about oh, both teams definitely have to get a chance to get the football because the Chiefs win the coin toss and they go down and score a touchdown to Travis Kelce and the game's over. So, I mean, it sucks, bro. It sucks. I felt shitty after that game, after the Super Bowl. When the Chiefs beat the Niners, and we were down by like 13 points with 5 minutes left or something like that. And another game where at that moment I'm like, this game's over. Somehow they figured it out and won that game. Niners fans were, questioning their sexuality. I mean, bro, I don't know how they do it. I've been watching the Chiefs and ever since this whole Pat Mahomes thing and the fucking plays they design and how the fuck they get down the field and score in 10 seconds. I don't know. Sometimes I just feel like I'm watching a walking cheat code, man.
No, understandable.
I know,
sure.
I have a fundamental understanding of football. Like I understand the old school way, run the ball north and south, time management, don't turn the ball over, matriculate the ball down the field, that type of play style. And this whole Chiefs, Andy Reid, Mahomes, it's not how you should teach your kid how to play football, dude.
No, definitely not.
Get away with it,
No,
man.
definitely not. They play their own sport when they're playing football.
Keep you on the edge of your seat for sure.
All right, please stay tuned. We'll be right back with you after a message from our sponsors. Shank It Golf, the place you need to go for your golf needs. Find high-quality golf apparel from hats, polos, t-shirts, and hoodies. Shank It Golf will deliver free on orders over $75, and Shank It Golf has a 30-day money-back guarantee. Shop at Shank It Golf for all your golf apparel needs and use coupon code Something Ain't Right. That's coupon code SOMETHINGAINTRIGHT. Welcome back. So for our final conversation of the day, we wanted to talk about our top 5 travel destinations. That's in the world, doesn't have to just be in the country. Freddie, why don't you start us off with this one?
All right. So number 1, just so I know, all these travel destinations I'm picking, I've been to. I think
I like that.
That's the best way for me to
that.
Give that recommendation. So number 1, my top most enjoyable time I've had was Key West, Florida. So Key West, a little bit pricey, right? You're looking at about, go there for 6-7 days. You're looking at about roughly $2,000 to $2,500 with flights and Airbnb and whatever. But let me tell you, man, Key West is not like a very party, but you'll find your little parties in there, but the most relaxing time you'll ever have in your fucking life. Like arguably best beaches. I took like a little jet ski tour and we went all around the island. And there was actually this cool thing that was like, it was called, I forget what it was called, but basically you get on a fucking boat and they give you free beer. So like, you know what I mean? Like it was great. I forgot what it was called. And I just fucking drank all the beer.
Nice.
But yeah, Key West was definitely fun. Number 2, Dominican Republic, Punta Cana. I'm Dominican,
coming from a Dominican. How surprising.
Yeah. Number two. Great food, great beaches. Would not recommend you go by yourself. Try to go with a group because I will say you know, where I'm from, they see a little white boy, they're gonna say, "Hey, let me hold $100," and if you don't give them $100, they're gonna rob you. So just be careful with shit like that. So I would recommend going in a group. But yeah, Dominican Republic, everybody knows what it is, and it's simple. Google search. Resorts are not that expensive. I use my Amex points, and I got the resorts free. So you can just find ways to get there. Just fly in a passport, right? Number 3. Honestly, I was thinking about putting this as number 1, but it was so hard. Dude, San Diego, man. Let me tell you a little something about San Diego. San Diego is arguably one of the best places you can go. Wouldn't say live, it's pretty fucking expensive. But San Diego is just a blast, man. It's like everything you would want to get at a tropical resort in the States with partying, with extracurricular activities. And guess what? If you're bored, drive 45 minutes to fucking Tijuana. Tijuana is like right there, Tijuana, Mexico. So San Diego is gorgeous. I get to go twice a year for work. And I work about 4 hours and then I just fucking stay there the whole week, just fucking chilling.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I have a cousin that lives out in San Diego. He loves it, dude. He's always out there riding like dune buggies and shit.
Oh yeah, San Diego's beautiful. Number 4 is a little bit of a sleeper because a lot of people are not going to know about this spot. Before I say the name, just know this is a place where there's beaches, cheap gambling, meaning you can go to a casino and like there'll be $1 to $5 tables, not like the bigger casinos where like the min is like 15. So cheap gambling, cheap hotels, and it's just nice. And that's Biloxi, Mississippi. Beautiful beaches. It's on the Gulf, very cheap. So like if you could drive there, Kev, you're in Florida. I know Logan, you're in Jersey. But Kev, like you taking a trip, it'll be a long trip for you, like 14, 15 hours, but it's fucking cheap. And like with $1,000, if you were like not including flying in, with $1,000, that would last you like a good 9 days, unless you're like me and like just put 500 on black. But anyway. But yeah, Biloxi, Mississippi is great. Last time I was there was in 2018. I would love to go back. But and then my last one is Newport, Rhode Island. I went to Newport, Rhode Island in 2021. Beautiful.
Yes.
Great seafood. Clam chowder, great. If you like clam chowder. It's just nice. Boston, fuck Boston, but Boston's like an hour away. So if you want to go to Boston, but Newport itself is pretty expensive though. But it's just a beautiful area to just go out either with family or with some boys and shit. Fucking go on a boat, fucking and just hang out.
Rhode Island's got some cool beaches.
Yeah.
No, for sure.
But,
I'll take this next set and then you can finish this off, Kev. My number 1's Italy. No hesitations.
Just all of Italy.
Just all of Italy.
All right.
Rome, whatever we're talking, I want to go.
All right.
I just feel like Italy is like a bucket list. Like I could have put that on my bucket list. Second one could have easily been. All of these could have been my number 1. But number 2, Dubai.
That's a good one.
I looked into like top things to do in Dubai, bro. You gotta check the list out if you guys ever get a chance. Like there's like an underwater zoo and everything. I'm like, yeah,
that's an underwater aquarium, underwater zoo.
Yeah,
it's pretty gnarly.
I showed pictures. You're just walking through it. It's crazy. There's like theme parks, attractions. It looks like it's out of a video game. The entire place. So. That's my number 2. Number 3, one of the biggest cities in the world, New York City. Okay. I've been there when I was like 5 or 6 years old and went there in my 7th or 8th grade, like class trip or something. Haven't been since. There's a lot of shit to do in New York City. That's, only you get in New York City.
That's true.
Like the Wax Museum. I don't know if you guys ever been to the Wax
it's awesome, dude. It's awesome.
Yeah, dude. And I'm sure, it's been like 13 something years since I've been. So I'm sure they, got a lot of new faces in there. Probably get a picture with Tiger. Number 4, London, England.
You could do that while I'm in Augusta.
Yeah. Number 4 is London, England. I've these are all places I've never been besides New York, but I talked to somebody who's been to London, and he said you gotta go, so I just threw it on my list.
All right.
I haven't read about it, don't know what I would do, but London, England.
Probably get stabbed, but that's besides the point.
And then last one, Sydney, Australia. Summer starts in December.
Yeah, that's pretty nice.
So that's my top 5.
That's a good 5. That's a good 5. So my top 5, forgive me because some of them are hard to pronounce. The first one is called Punaluu, Punalu apostrophe U, Punaluu Beach in Hawaii.
Sounded like Hawaii. Okay.
It's also known as the Black Sand Beach. All the sand on the beach is black.
Yeah, send me there.
It's awesome. It's at its coolest temperature through the year 68, and at its warmest temperature through the year it's at 84, and it's in Hawaii, and the sand is black. So that's definitely on my list. Number 2, I have Bali, Indonesia, and I say that because they have beautiful beaches. They have great volcanoes, and then just like cool animals. They got Komodo dragons, they got tigers, they got orangutans, just like in the wild, dude.
Very safe to go. Very safe to go.
Okay. This dude's going to London, all right, and he don't even know why. Next on my list is New Orleans, but the little asterisk next to it.
Let me stop you.
Hold on. The little asterisk next to New Orleans is that I would want to go during Mardi Gras.
So first off, somebody's gonna punch you in your face if you keep saying New Orleans. It's New Orleans.
Sorry, New Orleans. Sorry, I'm not from there, but so New Orleans. I would want to go during Mardi Gras. Obviously, the parties, the food.
Yeah, I've been. It's cool. Not top 5 for me, but it is. New Orleans is good.
Next on my list is a place called Santorini, Greece. Ancient city.
Nice.
It was preserved by ash from volcanoes. It has a beautiful landscape. And if you literally just look up like the different buildings they have in Santorini, Greece, it looks like it's out of a DreamWorks movie. Like it's
all
so
white, right? It's like white and like staggered
all white,
and shit. Yeah,
all
it's just nice.
gold roofs. It just looks absolutely incredible. And then my final spot in the 5 spot, it's a local place, local meaning America, would be Yosemite National Park out in California. The waterfalls, the scenery, they have cool animals like marmots, black bears, bobcats, dozens of different species of butterflies. And I've never been to a national park, but a national park has always intrigued me, and I've always wanted to go. And I think if I did go, I would head over to Yosemite.
Your dog's in my mitt, bro.
But yeah, so that's my 5. That kind of wraps it up for the episode, boys.
Fuck yeah.
Good first episode. We hope, you guys tune into our next one. Next episode, we're probably going to talk a little about baseball, money management, and much more. So just come on back, turn us on, and let us become a household podcast.
Yep. Top 5 worst places to go.
I'm in.
London.
I'm in.
London. All right, boys. Good episode. See you guys next week.
Peace.